I'm the business development manager for Barnard Construction Company. I've been doing that for about 7 years now. What that job entails is basically I am looking ahead at future projects that are out there and monitoring those, meeting with clients, owners, design engineers, owners, engineers, and learning about all the new, interesting, upcoming projects, determining if those are projects that are a benefit for our company. I think it just happened a little bit organically. I started out in the field, so I spent most of my career, nearly 20 years of my career, out on projects all over North America, primarily in the US. From there, then I moved into an estimating position. So I was estimating projects, and as time has progressed, a lot of procurements these days have proposals and RFPs, RFQs, qualifications to them. And as I started working on those, it just became evident that I also enjoy writing. I kind of moved into that position. Tend to be a bit of a data gatherer. I do searching through data, and kind of goes well with the looking at upcoming work. You know, as I went through my career, you learn that you have an idea of what something is, and then as you get exposed to more and more facets of that industry, you realize that there are a lot more opportunities than you ever could have imagined. From the realm of data and analyzing data to running a crew in the field, it covers the whole gamut of what you can imagine. And you might be a person who you think you'd rather be in an office, and then you find out you really enjoy being out in the field. And really the only way to figure that out is to take the opportunities, be willing to expose yourself to all the different avenues that you could take, and then kind of find your path as you go. I've had a great career experience. You know, I actually started out in mining, and I worked in an underground coal mine. And I actually worked in the underground coal mine as a laborer. And that was my first position. I moved from Montana to Pennsylvania, completely different. But I was willing to do it, and I've had great experiences. Sometimes I would say it can get pretty challenging, and there's some long hours. It is a demanding industry. I always tell people there's probably never been a day that I haven't had something to laugh about, or the people that I've always worked with are great to work around and found something to enjoy even on the hardest of days. I don't think that's in every industry. So you start to know people better and better, and you run into them all the time as you go to these conferences. Because it's such a small industry, I think there's a lot of camaraderie, and you always find something to joke about and become more involved in the industry. Obviously, by going to the conferences and the various different workshops that are put on, and start to develop relationships with the industry and people in the industry that continues to carry over. I think that's the primary benefit, is just developing those relationships with other UCA members. Say, I joined the mining industry first. I was a young kid who liked picking up rocks. But I never really translated that into a career somewhere down the road. I just liked rocks. And then where I grew up, there was a mine nearby within 50 miles. In high school, I took a tour of the mine. I thought it was interesting. I've always been very active and like being outdoors and moving around. So that was great. But then when it was time to go to college, I really hadn't considered this industry. And it was actually one of my uncles, who was a principal, who kind of guided me towards the mining engineering school that I went to, which was Montana Tech. And I really didn't realize you just don't understand as a teenager what's actually out there. You don't think about, well, how did this subway get built? You don't think about, well, where's my water coming from? That's what's really cool about the industry is, we're not just tunneling or mining, you're building infrastructure for communities and for people to better their lives. And in that, there are so many different ways that you can go depending on what your interest is. It's a unique industry, I think. It's very unique. When I tell people, one, just trying to explain to someone what I do, but then when they hear build subway tunnels, people are just fascinated by it because it's a very unique industry and hardly anyone has the opportunity to do it. Keep your mind open. Know that there are so many opportunities, and there's so many opportunities for young people. Everybody, I don't care whether you're a contractor or a client or an engineering firm, everybody is looking for the next generation of builders and engineers, and just to keep your mind open and be adventurous. The one great thing that I like about the industry is you get a lot of opportunity to see different places around the world, see different places around North America, experience different cities and different areas and enjoy what those different areas have to offer. So I just say keep your mind open, be adventurous.